What's up, everybody? If you haven't seen this already, or if you haven't read it, I would suggest you watching One Punch Man. It's a very awesome, kick-ass anime. It's only got 12 episodes. Even if you're not an anime fan, I think you would still enjoy it because it's making fun of anime. That's the whole point of it. Um, Anyways, this is my top five. What I think personally, my top five favorite moments of the season one of One Punch Man. And in the first one, we had where it was Saitama versus the asteroid or the meteor. Um, they had a couple of S-class heroes come to stop it. It was a dragon level threat, which means it could destroy multiple cities. That's the whole point of that. Genos gave his all, and he wasn't able to stop it. And he was assuming he was going to die. Like everybody was evacuating and stuff. And Saitama just comes in, and he does what Saitama does: one hit KO, destroyed the meteor. Now the city still got destroyed, but nobody died. And it was just, it's hard to talk about. It's just one of those moments. It was just like, okay, this guy's he's fucking unstoppable. Number four is the S-class superhero meeting. It's in episode 10, I believe. This is when you get to see all, I think it was 17. There's two of them that were missing, but it's supposed to be for like all the S-class members. And they were being informed about a possible threat that was going to wipe out humanity. So they were gathered up to pretty much, pull the Avengers bullshit and go take care of the problem. It's supposed to be like within 6 months. Saitama was obviously not a part of it, but he was just there just because, plot progression. It was really cool because you get to see who the top fighters are in the entire, One Punch Man universe. So, moving on to number three, we had the motherfucking Sea King. This guy was fucking cool. I liked him. He was personally what I thought was, at the time, I thought he was my favorite villain. He took out multiple S-class heroes. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, he took out two. He took out multiple different heroes, like A-class, B-class. You just got this feeling like this guy was unstoppable. Like, he was beating heroes down left and right. He was cool. And then he was also scary because he had, like, a second form. And then, Saitama challenges him, and then it's just like the title, One Punch Man, you get it? Deep Sea King was cool. I really enjoyed him. Especially the part with Moomin Rider. That was a cool part too, because I should mention that. There's a part in the episode, I think it's like episode 8 or episode 9, one of the two, where Moomin Rider, he tries to fight the Sea King. He realizes he's got nothing on this guy, but he decides to do it anyways to try to help the people, help civilians. And I thought that was really cool. Like, he knew what he was up against, and he didn't back down, and that's cool. Moving on to number 2 on my list. Fucking Carnage Kabuto. Okay, Carnage Kabuto was a pretty cool villain. He only had, I think, one episode, but he was probably, I think, the second biggest threat of the entire season. He wasn't as strong as the final antagonist, but he was pretty awesome. And, like, it's the first time you see Saitama get in a fight, and you see Saitama getting, like, ricocheted around on the walls and on the ceiling and shit, and you're like, damn, he's getting his ass kicked. What the fuck's going on? And then you find out he's just, like, inner monologuing about what he made a mistake on, and then he just destroys Carnage Kabuto. But it's, like, one of the coolest fucking moments in the entire anime. I would suggest watching. And like I said, watch this whole thing. It's great. You won't regret it. Episode. The final, number 1, the best moment of One Punch Man is the ending of episode 11 and the first half of episode 12, where Saitama fights Lord Boros. He is the dominator of the universe. He is pretty much space version of Saitama, but Saitama's obviously better. Boros had traveled the galaxy, or traveled across the universe for 20 years trying to find Saitama so he could fight him, because he ravaged the universe to the point where nobody could stand against him, so he got bored. Like, nobody was worthy of a challenge. So he made his way to Earth to come find Saitama just to fight him, just to try to rekindle his passion for, battle. And it has a good little scene. I don't know if a lot of people caught on to this, but like in episode 1, Saitama fights the Subterranean King inside of his dreams. And it has a moment where his heart's beating, right? Doo-doo, like that. And I didn't understand the point of that until I watched episode 12, and I caught on to it like immediately. The whole point was Lord Boros, he does the same thing when he's fighting Saitama before he does his finishing move. His heart does the same thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that was the whole point, because Saitama rekindled his fighting spirit, and he wasn't bored anymore. He found what he was missing in battle, and Boros found the same thing in Saitama. Even though Boros lost fucking horribly, he still found what he was looking for like the last 20 years, right before he died, and I think that was a good send-off for him, even though, like I said, he was just a villain for like 2 episodes, but 30 episodes, I think. Anyways, my name is Ivy. Thank you for watching. Catch you later, guys.